broadcasting from the shoulder of I-40 east, so it's a little loud as these 18-wheel trucks go flying by. If you can't hear me, send me a message right here on Periscope, and I will adjust so you can hear. We're about 17 miles into the ride today, and we have passed the Petrified National Forest, Petrified Wood National Forest, and thank you, Mandy, for the sound check. I just passed mile marker 327. We just finished up a little rest break at the Navajo Travel Center. We met some incredible people there. One was a young German couple who were here traveling from San Francisco to Austin, and he is a quantum physicist, PhD. So we sat down and ate our Subway sandwiches for lunch and had a discussion about quantum mechanics for a bit, and then got his ideas on how he would formulate happiness and test that formula. It was fun to have that discussion with the quantum mechanics guy, and to hear his definitions and how he thinks about things. And when we got to talking about relationships and being a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, life partner, and mentor or parent relationships, they had to go, but his girlfriend was funny. They've been together about a year and a half. Joe gave them the example of what would you do in the cockpit of an airplane if you two were flying an airplane together and the engine was on fire. What is the formula there? Who's in charge? Who does what? And the quantum physicist there got a little uncomfortable and said, well, sometimes it's just better to make an emergency landing. And his girlfriend promptly said, well, I don't know about you, but there's only one parachute now. We'll see who gets it. That was pretty funny. Anyway, so we finished up our conversation with them, and they got back on the road. And as we were just finishing up our conversation amongst ourselves, a gentleman came into the truck stop there, and he was selling greeting cards. He's a Native American gentleman, and we got to talking to him, and and he's from the Iroquois tribe. He sat down and talked to us for quite a while, and I explained, Joe and I explained the journey that I've been on to find out who my grandfather is. We know he's Native American, but we don't know what tribe he's from. And then I explained the experience I had the other day, just a couple days back, out on a bluff, coming into Winslow, Arizona. I had an incredible spiritual experience, inspiring experience, and he's just a great guy. When he looked at me, he looked right through my soul, and then we went and met his daughter, who draws the greeting cards, all the art. She's the artist, and we've been asking people out here what freedom means to them, and she's the first person that has responded without hesitation. And I was a little bit taken back by that. I thought, well, maybe judging a little bit. I thought, well, you know, they're Native American. I expect them to be maybe ranting about the government or how they were mistreated or who knows what. But without hesitation, she came back and explained what freedom was for her, and that it's a choice. Freedom is a choice, and it's something that can happen on the turn of a dime. It can happen right away. You can choose to be free and then live your life according to what you feel you were born to do. So if you get a chance, go back and watch that Periscope, that replay. There was a lot of wisdom given there by those people that really touched my heart, and to be honest, I was glad that I was behind the camera, because I was just trying to keep it together and not break down bawling, because they were bringing tears to my eyes with the message they were sharing and how they were touching my heart. I can't explain what that is. It doesn't happen to me that often. It's happened to me a few times in the last couple of weeks. I don't know what that switch is. It just flips in you, and something touches your heart, and you just can't control your emotions as far as blubbering like an idiot. But it's something special that happens. So I hope you'll have that same experience as you watch that replay. So today, it's chilly. It's got to be about 50 degrees in the sun. So we're just trying to move to stay warm. But at least the wind has died down. Yesterday we had 40-mile-an-hour sustained winds and a lot of sand blowing around. So we called off the ride because we're on I-40, and it just wasn't safe. We didn't want to have a chance of being blown into these semis going by. Today the wind has died down, and we've got a beautiful day out here. It's just really chilly. Let me cruising along. Well, we got about probably 12 miles left now. I thought I-40 would be a horrible ride with all these diesels going by, but the shoulder has been so smooth and wide that I'll make a lot of good miles fairly easy. So it's actually been a nice change of pace. Let's see. So yesterday we called off the ride, and we ended up doing sitting in a cafe, just catching up on email. Hey Casey, I see you, Casey. Wish you were out here with us, buddy. So we sat in the cafe most of the day, catching up on our social media and other business that we're trying to attend to. We're trying to get a love and business button set up on our Facebook page. We had lots of people ask how they could support us. To be honest, your comments and feedback and just tuning in and being there for us as we ride is really all the support I need. But if you feel that you want to support us more, we will at some point have a love and a business button. And if you're interested in us if you're interested in sponsoring us for advertisement, things like that, we'll have an option there for you to do that. But we're really out here just for the love of this ride and for the love of meeting these people and following this inspiration to be out here. So we appreciate any support you can give. And we appreciate all the love we're getting. It's great. So we worked on those tools a little bit yesterday, and we sat on Matthew and made them do some homework, and it was a bit of a frustrating day for me, to be honest, not being out on the bikes. But yesterday we rode for the team, and it gave me a good chance to reflect on what that means, especially after thinking about what it means to be a leader the day before that. Matthew's been struggling to get his homework while he's out here, so our great lesson yesterday was, how do we pull together as a team to get his homework done so he can make this trip a success as well. And well, I tried my method just on my own, which was, dude, you better sit down and do that homework before things get ugly here. And no, you're not going to the bathroom. No, you're not listening to your music. You're going to sit there and do your homework. You know, the typical approach all of our parents have tried. And after doing that for 5 hours, I was exhausted. So was Matthew. So that approach isn't going to work. So luckily we got this awesome leader with us, Uncle Joe, and he pulled us together as a team last night, and we put together, we got all the information out, we put together a plan that was actionable, that could be done, that everybody was comfortable with, and Matthew's on his way now, so he did his homework today, and we can move forward together as a team. And it was only teamwork that brought us together. I mean, that allowed that to happen. And a great leader, and the rest of us being willing to follow the lead and then embrace it as a team. So, Matthew, you're an awesome kid. If you're ever watching this, we love you. I love you. I think the world of you, and your tenacity and your courage and your strength is amazing to me. And anyway, we're a team, and we'll get through this together, buddy. Because we're family. We love you. We want you to succeed just like you want us to succeed. So that was what we rode for yesterday, except we didn't ride. We literally put our teamwork to the test. And so that was a great learning moment for all of us. So today we're riding for sharing with others. It's day 21. That's hard to say that. Hard to believe that it's day 21. We're 20% of the way through this ride. And there goes Lisa. About blew me over. All right. So sharing with others. I gotta say, this is probably the hardest post for me to talk about because I hate sharing with others. I'll admit it. I'm selfish. Something I've always been since a little kid. I like what's mine, and I like my privacy, and I like to be left alone. So sharing with others has always been one of my weaknesses and challenges. And I didn't really know what to say going into this Periscope today. Only that I have great examples of how to share my life. My Uncle Joe there, he shares everywhere he goes. Every person he talks to, he shares with them something to increase their value, their market value, something to increase, something to help them in their lives. And it's amazing when he's talking to these people, you just think, how the heck is he going to relate to this person? How are they going to receive him? But just does it with a pure heart and with love. His love is free. There's no expectation back that he's expecting back. He's just trying to enrich someone else's life. And so he's a great example for sharing with others. And then my sister Dusty is a great mentor and example to me of how to share with others. And she has been sharing with me for years little tidbits and things that she feels impressed to share. I imagine it's going to be really hard for her to have an impression to share something with somebody, and it's maybe in an uncomfortable message, or it's a uncomfortable time to do it, but she does it. And she shared with me today that it has been a struggle for her because of the expectation piece. So the way she handles that is she's had to practice letting go of those expectations of getting any reward back for sharing with people. You know, always wondering, well, will it help them? Or how's it going to affect their life? Did I do the right thing? Did I offend somebody? Am I going to offend someone? Are they going to think I'm crazy? She had to let go of that. And so I get to see her evolution, and then I get to see this great endpoint in my Uncle Joe, who also thinks those things, but he's been doing it for a long time, and he can just do it freely now. So great examples of how to share with others. And what does that mean to share with others? So you need to ask yourself the question: Is there a truth or something that I've learned that has profoundly impacted my life and the formula for my life? And will that truth impact the formula of someone else's life to enrich their life and increase their money, minutes, manpower, or knowledge? Is there something that I've learned along the way that I can share? If the answer to that question is yes, and I believe it's yes for everyone, then we have a responsibility to share that with our family first, our friends second, and our fellow men lastly, at every opportunity we can, whether they think we're crazy or not. Or we have a responsibility to share with each other, to enrich each other's lives, and not for the reward of giving the best advice or having the most hits on an advice blog or something on the internet, or giving the best reviews. That all has its own reward, which is an instant gratification reward. The reward you get from sharing with others is that you get to receive more light and more truth and more knowledge because you're willing to share it. And I believe that's what is required of us in order to receive more light, more accountability, more responsibility, and in order to loose what's inside of us and to be able to get it out and to do what we're born to do. We have to be willing to share it first. There's some kind of pipeline there, connection. And I can see that with my sister. I can see that with my Uncle Joe. Great people who share receive more light and knowledge. And that's, like I mentioned in the beginning, that's a weakness and struggle that I've had over many, many years. I shut myself off from my family. I shut myself off from my friends. And then I started shutting myself off from my fellow man. I didn't want to share anything about my life or about the journey I was on. And that is really one of the reasons I got stuck in that box I was in. And it's only now that I'm realizing that by sharing what I'm learning on this pedaling this bicycle, sharing that with you daily, that it's allowing me to receive the answers that I'm so desperately seeking out here for my life and for my family. I don't know if it's a law or if it's a rule of this game, this life, but that seems to work. Receive a truth, share it. Receive another one, share it. Receive another one, share it. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Blabber on every day and allowing me to share this journey with you. And I hope that you'll take the challenge to take whatever truths you get from this and share them, or whatever truths you get at church every week and share them, or whatever truths you get from anything that inspires you to do what you're born to do, and whatever rules you're finding for your life, whatever light you're bringing into your life, just pay it forward and share it. It's really beautiful out here today. I gotta show you the clouds. I'm glad that I'm recording these, because this will allow me to share this journey with my daughters, who are just too young to understand what's going on now. Hopefully they'll watch this someday and understand and get some kind of truth that they can pass forward to their kids. Oh, Dusty. I gotta share that. Couch Captain says it's thundering where they're at, and Dusty says it's clouds are where the Care Bears live. Thank you, Dusty. Comic relief. Thank you for sharing, Dusty. Dusty's always sharing. I love it. It's just beautiful out here. We're at about 5,000 feet. That's a little deceptive. This flat plain. Just beautiful clouds. I guess we're currently on the Navajo Indian Reservation. We're still in Arizona. We'll be crossing into New Mexico tomorrow. I believe we're getting close. So I don't have any more words to share right now, but I'll just share the scenery for a minute. Oh man. So you should all know my wife, Tina, her number is 333. She saw that number for a long, long time. And I'm just amazed at the little reminders that I see in these numbers coming up. So if you look at the exit number here, I had no idea this was coming up. Exit 333. I love you, Teeny. I see 333s every day just to remind me of my sweetheart. right, guys, we're coming up on the actual exit, so I'm going to exit this conversation and call my wife and tell her how much I love her. Just challenge you guys to go out and share the light with everybody around you. Go out and make a difference in someone's life today. Let them know you love them, and do it freely with no expectation. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting us, and I'll check in with you tomorrow.